Hello, my name is FCO. If you don't know me, I am a DJ, I am a student of music production, I am also an actor and some kind of voice actor. So today we're going to talk a little bit something that happened in the Grammys, which last night actually. It's 61 Grammy Award, I believe, I strongly believe it's 2000, I think, Grammys ceremony. So we're going to talk a little bit the electronic dance music recording, what happened. I'm so happy because Electricity is a mind-blowing track. It's very catchy and it's very fluid, how the vocals and how the hook, the main part of the track, fits perfectly in your mind, into the summer, into radio, into clubs. And it's a nice production, it's a beautiful track. You know, Mark Ronson, for example, it's a big producer. Diplo is one of the big fishes, and Dua is obviously it's kind of the little pick of the project to complete everything. But I want to talk a little bit about the other nominees that for me they deserve a little bit more the Grammy Award. So I'm going to talk about specifically Losing It by Fisher and Ghost Voices by Virtual Self. So what happened for me? The Grammy, it's an award to all the complex thing of making a record. And if so is true that Electricity got some sort of complex, it is a pop track. It is a pop track with an electronic beat, and you can really feel it. For example, your hook or your drop in electronic music, it's during actually just 2 rounds and then goes again to verse, for example. That's a pop. If you compare it to a pop track, then you can feel that it's the same timing in the verses and then into the chorus and then back into the verses and then into the second chorus and then to the bridge and then to the chorus. It's the same timing of Electricity, because Electricity, it's a pop track just with some sort of electronic beat, and it also produced by some of the biggest fishes around there. So that track is going to have support from big companies. It's going to have an official music video on YouTube that counts with almost 74 million views, I believe, and also got a vertical video to YouTube. Thing that doesn't happen with some other electronic records, and talking specifically with Losing It and Virtual Self, Ghost Voices. They don't have some sort of a specific official music video approved by a company, made by some designers or something. It doesn't have that because maybe there's not enough budget, or there's not enough connections or important people going on there. And so that's, for example, it's a disadvantage. And the other thing is that for me, an electronic dance music winner, or I mean, talking about the track, must have like a whole route to get into the Grammy. So for example, Losing It is a tech house that was a very underground, clubby, catchy track that were just scaling, and then you hear it at every festival all over the year. There's a lot of DJs playing it and so on. It's a nominee for the Grammy, and that, for example, it's a valid route. The same happens with Ghost Voices, which is a side project from Porter, and Porter just decides to kind of flush out his creativity into that track, into that project, and it actually worked. A lot of people love that, and then you hear it on radio, on some festivals, and then it's a Grammy nominee. And for example, it's more complicated for an electronic music producer go into that sort of importance in all over the planet compared to stars like Diplo, Mark Ronson, or Dua Lipa. And the next thing that I want to talk about is that, for example, Electricity is made by a lot of people. Actually, there's a mixer, there's a master engineer, there is obviously the producers, there are some helpers that help out with the lyrics, with some sort of details onto the track, and obviously you have your vocalist. But for example, in some other electronic records, as it should be, it's just a man or a couple mans, obviously, or there might be girls. I mean, this is kind of the general term for the producers with a PC, and they're basically doing all the process. So for example, if you hear Losing It, it is designed by Fisher and it's mixed by another man, and that's it. For example, Porter do the track and then again mix it and master it. So there's no need of some other people working on the project. So it's more pure, it's more solid, and obviously it's a little bit more complex for me to have your own track and also mix it and also master it, because you have to have the equipment for do that, the ear. So it's a little bit difficult, more difficult compared to, for example, when you just make the track, send the stems to the mixer, and the mixer, you know that he's going to do it right, and he knows how to do that, and then mix it and then send it to the master, and then master back again, and then throw it to the company, and the company starts to bring the money on, and with the money you got publicity, and with that you have some Instagram movement and media and videos and that sort of stuff that, for example, Losing It doesn't have. Losing It has been uploaded by some different channels on YouTube that counts almost with 9.9 million views, but that's everything. And obviously it's a great improvement for the underground electronic music. Same happened last edition of Grammys with Camel Fat Cola, which got an official upload of defected records and some sort of stuff. But you know what's the point here? Electricity, it's from another league, it's from another level, from another world. It doesn't belongs to the category of electronic dance music recording. For me, that's the truth. That's what happens. Electronicity is made by pop producers. It's made for commercial uses. It's made with a lot of budget, and that's why it won't. Oh fuck! What's this? All right. So that's why it won't the Grammy compared to some other electronic guys that are making music, that are punching on into the festivals, that are investing a lot of budget into gear, equipment, and that sort of stuff. But anyway, I mean, this is what happened, and I mean, electricity. So fuck, I'm just like a little bit confused about that. Electricity is a good track. I really love it, and when it went out, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is pretty, and the piano and na 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 na. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't belong for me to the category. For example, the first time I hear Losing It was on Ultra Music Festival, so it's a pure electronic thing. And I was just like, what the fuck is this track? And it was almost the same thing all over 4 minutes, and it was going with the snare, like it's coming, you know, like the classic formula, you know, it's coming. And then this says this girl like Losing, and then you have that some sort of amazing wavetable wobble of, or whatever, it's that bum 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 bum, and you're just like, man, this is massive, this is cool. And then everyone it's doing just like shit. And also when I hear the ghost voices, I love that dun 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 dun, like the sort of melody of hook, and the drums are very punchy and very clear. But you know what's the point here? So that's some sort of my opinion. If you have something to say, please drop it in the comments. Please subscribe and like this video if you like it. Remember, you can check all my videos that are available here in this channel called FCO Music. And and that's it. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye everyone. And yeah, it's a little bit weird because I'm recording this actually with my smartphone. Grammys was last night, so yeah, I definitely thought like it was good to make this video because it's always good to express my feelings, and because I know there's a lot of people kinda cringy. They're like, ah, but there's this electricity is like a commercial thing, and you know, that sort of stuff. Well, here are my thoughts. 10 minutes of video. It's a little bit long, but anyway, goodbye to everybody.